failure and divorce are bad enough, but Leslie Duggan's found the only job he can get is as chauffeur to his ex-wife. Still, he tries to keep his spirits up, and sometimes in the pub with an old friend he even manages to put some down. Water with it, Leslie.
If the barman rinsed the glass, that should be enough.
Look, I've been meaning to say, I hope you don't mind my seeing Caroline.
Oh, good heavens, no.
Are you sure? I know you've been divorced for years, but, well, we're old friends.
Derek, I'm delighted.
You know we're off to Rome this weekend?
Yes, you said you might be. If you can get someone to run the shop.
Oh, I have.
Caroline's been easier to work for since you got together.
So you don't mind my taking her out?
No, I just mind you bringing her back. When she's out with you in the evening, I only have to chauffeur her in the day.
What do you mean some evenings you have to work?
And weekends, if it's vital. It's in my contract.
Funny, working for your ex-wife.
Well, most chaps do, I find. The block where I live, there's only one not paying alimony.
Oh, well, you do get to drive a Rose, even if you are the wife's chauffeur.
Derek, oh, Bert, that's not something I spread around, you know. I mean, since this happened, I look a bit of a twit.
Leslie, your friends don't think of you as any different.
Thanks.
How's your own love life? What happened to that hot little number I saw you with at Christmas? Unusual name.
Alaria.
Yeah. Well, I said it was unusual.
It was a ship. A ship her father served on before he married. Pity it wasn't the Titanic.
Bad?
Remember I moved back in the spring, just before I started working for Caroline? I had to get away from malaria.
Oh, she got a bit too keen?
Obsessed. Knocks on the door all night. Phone calls. Leslie, say you love me. How can you say, I love you, Alaria? Sounds like the start of a limerick.
Oh, Lord, it's 2:30. I must get back to the shop.
Yeah, if you ever run into Alaria, don't tell her my new address.
Poor old Leslie. Makes me see how lucky I am with Caroline.
Oh, she's a dear girl. Look after her.
I shall. In fact, this weekend in Rome, I may very well ask her to...
I can guess. I'm so happy for you both.
And you have a good weekend, too.
I shall. I'm going fishing.
Fishing?
A friend of mine near Swansea. He knows this lake, you see. It's full of monster pike.
Pike?
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I'm quite keen with a spinner.
Oh, I'd have asked you. Do you know we had a 30-pounder last time?
No.
We'll break the record there one day. You watch. Lovely spot. No one knows about it.
You lucky devil.
Yeah.
What a find. 30-pounder, eh?
Yeah. Come sometime. Yeah. Well, enjoy yourself with Caroline. Who? Caroline.
Oh, yes. And you're going this weekend?
Yes, perfect weather.
Well, look, I mean, it wasn't definite with Caroline.
No?
We could do the Rome trip next weekend. She won't mind.
Won't she?
Will she?
Well, no, I suppose.
No, of course she won't. Still, better not tell her what we're up to. I'll say I couldn't get anyone for the shop.
Yeah?
My usual stand-in's mum broke her leg or something.
I want to thank you, Caroline, for an excellent lunch. And as to our little business proposition, well, the answer's a provisional yes.
That's wonderful, Kramer.
I guess a Canadian outlet could be very good for you.
And for Kramer Hotchkiss Store.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I may be a founder member of the International Force for Light, but charity stops in business. I need mail-order know-how, and your firm Quantum has it. Frankly, I already had talks with a guy.
I have a rival.
Not anymore. Fowler's divorced twice.
Oh, yes?
He admitted it from his own sulphurous mouth. An example, Caroline, of the sickness of modern society. Divorce, fornication, the breakup of the family. Fowler actually made a joke of it. I nearly knocked him down. I'm afraid my temper gets the better of me. And having been an amateur heavyweight at Yale... Hey, is your husband Leslie still a squash man?
Oh, yes, of course. We don't play together since the...
Huh?
Since the... the development of a more spiritual relationship.
Don't say you've read our book.
Book?
Inter-soul Dialogue Within the Temple of Marriage.
I was pleased to hear you finally taking the plunge, Kramer.
Yeah, I guess I waited long enough. Because I was searching, Caroline, for a girl as pure and innocent as the young bride I finally found. In the hope I'd achieve a marriage as blissful as yours. Yeah, I'd like to see Leslie again. It's been years.
Oh, I'm afraid he's awfully busy.
You mean he drives himself?
Oh, all the time.
Look, why don't you both come down this weekend?
This weekend?
I bought this estate in Sussex for when we're over here. I'm trying the shooting. And what I used to like best was shooting moose. But now I got an English wife. She takes precedence. She'll be there. You can meet her.
Oh, and not this weekend, I'm afraid, Kramer. I'm going away with my boy...
With what?
Boys, Leslie and myself.
Leslie, sure, he's included. I'd like his opinion of my new Purdy gun. I've seen him shoot, remember?
Sorry, I can't make it. We may be in Rome.
Maybe. Well, you mean it's not fixed yet?
Well, almost.
Well, make Rome another weekend. This is the only one I'm free. We could get some of our mail order deals down on paper. Unless you're going off the idea.
Oh, no. I'd like to do that.
Great. This weekend it is, then. What say we order a mineral water to celebrate?
Great.
Will you be requiring the car this afternoon, madam?
No, thanks, Leslie. And as there's no one else here, you can drop the madam. How's your lunch?
Fine, but there's a message from Derek. Says he can't get anyone to run the shop this Saturday. He'll ring you later.
Oh, dear. We were going to Rome.
Well, the man who usually does it can't. His mother broke her leg.
Ah. That'll be little Mr. Dakin. Oh, I'm sorry. Still, as it happens, we couldn't have gone anyway.
Oh?
I got to spend the weekend with Kramer Hotchkiss.
Not that awful Canadian.
Used to shoot with Bill.
What, that one who came to dinner once when we were married, kept shaking his head at Zoe's cleavage. I thought he was trying different angles. Yeah, I sat him opposite so he could enjoy it. It turned out he disapproved.
He would. I suppose that's why he kept poking himself in the ear with his fork. Well, he hasn't changed, except he's got married.
What for? Get his socks done?
No. He wants to show off the new bride. You know what men are when they marry late in life.
Lucky.
Still, I need his Quebec outlet. So we have to accept.
We?
Sorry, Leslie. His invitation includes you.
Well, I'd rather spend a weekend in Crewe with Brian Clough.
I'm sure you would. But this is a duty. Read your contract.
But I'm going fishing.
Oh, well, if you feel like resigning, there must be other jobs you can get.
I think we're almost here, darling. I believe we're approaching the Hotchkiss residence, madam.
They were right the first time. This weekend, it's darling.
You could have fooled me. You've scarcely said a word all the way down. Cross because you couldn't go to Rome with Derek?
Oh, don't mention that name unless you want a mouthful of Gucci. But you must know he's been deceiving me.
Derek?
Remember that poor Mr. Dakin couldn't do the shop because his mother broke her leg?
Yes, I delivered the message, remember?
Well, he'd forgotten Mrs. Dakin owns a newsagent I use. I called in to sympathize and got the shock of my life. She was up a ladder painting the ceiling.
Good Lord. Well, you know, that generation don't give in easily.
It was all a con. She said she was perfectly fit and her son was doing Derek's shop while he went fishing.
Good grief. I can scarcely believe it. Obviously, when I said, that is to say,
It's all right. You needn't blame yourself.
Good, then I won't.
He's off with some blouse filling, no doubt. Oh, I am finished with the opposite sex. By the way, what happened to your little problem? That girl with the funny name.
Alaria. I don't know what happened to her, thank God. I'm finished with the opposite sex, too.
Ah, you're not. Not this weekend. Something I didn't tell you. We're not divorced.
Now, don't be silly, darling. I've got the papers. Nothing personal, but I carry them on me. Plus photocopies in a safe deposit box.
I mean, we're not divorced as far as Kramer's concerned.
Eh?
Well, he's a Puritan, disapproves of divorce, so this weekend we have to act as though we're still married.
But look, you know I hate violence.
But if you knew I'm divorced, I lose the deal.
But we can't. I mean, it's bound to slip out.
Well, slip it back again. This weekend you're my wealthy husband, not my chauffeur and skimp. Ah, hello, here we are. Turn up this drive. Now, just behave yourself and don't mention divorce. He doesn't like divorced men. Tends to knock them down. Kramer.
Caroline and Leslie, good of you to come.
Yeah, Kramer, good of you to divorce us. Invite us.
Now, just leave everything and come right in. I can't wait to introduce you to my new bride,
Oh,
Caroline.
we're looking forward to that, Kramer.
Hey, she tells me you've already met Leslie. If you care to wait here a second while I go find her.
We'll be here. Kramer's bride. This will be good. Some menopausal female Osborne, no doubt. With horn-toed spectacles.
No English, apparently, and quite young.
Must be his money.
He has a curious name. He told me, but I've forgotten. It comes from a ship or something.
Ship?
That her father served on.
What? What? No, look, I'm afraid I'll have to go home. I forgot to put the gas off. So if you don't mind,
Caroline and Leslie, my pleasure to present to you the sweetest, purest girl in the world, Alaria.
Oh, my God.
Leslie and I have met. We knew each other quite well.
Yeah, not well. Hardly ever. Hardly at all. We just used to get on the same bed. Same train.
Well, now, be interested to hear about that. Maybe you'd like to freshen up.
Oh, thank you, Kramer.
While I fetch my gun for Leslie.
You what? No, look, let's be civilized, please.
Huh? You can't object. Surely not with your reputation.
God, it's not true. Whatever you've heard.
But I've watched you.
Oh, God.
There's going to be some shooting here this weekend. That's why I asked you.
You planned it.
Well, sure. But I respect the person's beliefs. I mean, if you turned anti-blood sports, we'll leave you out.
Yeah, anti-blood. Oh, I see what you mean. No, I haven't changed.
I thought not. Why, that weekend in Norfolk 69, you were pulling them down all day.
Oh, the pheasant. Yes.
Now, Alaria will show you to the guest room, and I'll get your grips from the car. This'll be a weekend you'll remember.
You mean that's her?
Yes.
And you used to...
All over the place.
You mouldering old stan.
She can't have told him.
I wouldn't like to be in your shoes if he finds out.
Neither would I. Come on, we'll leave.
No, I told you this weekend's important. I can't stop you going, but we're miles from anywhere. You'll have to walk. You're not using my road as a getaway car.
Darling, if she talks, I'll be homogenized.
It's your own fault for fooling around. Now, put yourself together, get dressed for dinner. Plenty of aftershave. It'll hide the smell of fear.
Honey, this is delicious. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah, this guy Fowler. He sat there just like you three are now and actually joked about being divorced. Then he suggested, if the ladies will excuse me, that I meet his girlfriend. Girlfriend! You may imagine I had no wish to foul my gaze on that scarlet woman. Such females are daughters of Gomorrah and well,
Sodom.
Sodom and Gomorrah. An example of our sick society. Girlfriends, boyfriends, divorce, and sin. Hey, is that the door? Pardon me. Awkward. Staff not working weekends. We really need help.
I know the feeling.
Okay.
Is Caroline Duggan here?
Something wrong?
I got her weekend address from her office and drove down. I feel so awful. Oh, I'm her boyfriend.
Her what?
Her ex-boyfriend, Derek Mann.
Oh, what you mean from the past?
Sorry, but I couldn't ring. She'd just hang up on me. I need to see her, patch up this silly row we had.
Look, you're a little late, fella.
She's gone.
In a way. You know she's married now.
Married? Married? Look, can I come in?
No. Could be embarrassing. Her husband's in there with us right now. I better go and have a quiet word with her. Now, you stay right where you are.
How do you like Sussex, Alaria?
Oh, it's all right. It's helped me to forget.
Forget what?
Never mind, darling. I expect she's forgotten.
Oh.
Say, Caroline.
Yes?
Could you come and help with a small problem in the kitchen?
Huh? Well, yes, Kramer, if I can.
No.
In here, Caroline.
What is it, Kramer?
Guy's turned up, says he's your boyfriend.
Oh, my God.
Well, your ex-boyfriend. I didn't want to say in front of Leslie. Said his name was Derek something.
Looks as if you caught me out. I know you think it's immoral.
Oh, a little teenage hand-holding isn't so bad.
Isn't it?
I guess you haven't met since you were, what, 16, 17?
Do you?
Even though Alaria and I abstain from premarital concourse with the opposite gender, I hope we're not bigots. Now, you better see this guy. Tell him the score. I'll come with you.
Oh, no.
I feel happier. He looks a little wild. Here, I'll take your arm. The guy's at the front door.
Why, Derek. After all this time.
Caroline, I came to apologize. But now I'm told you've been married all along. And I've got to live with my conscience. You realize I just booked a hotel bedroom in Rome for the two of us?
The two of you?
Him and his conscience. He's fantasizing, Kramer. I suppose you can't forgive me, you know, for standing him up at the youth club social.
I should be glad to see you leave my home, sir.
There are still some things to be said.
In that case, I have just a baby to see you on your way.
Just go. Get out before Kramer murders you.
Right, fella. This gun can put a bullet through a moose when he's driving a Sherman tank.
Good grief. Is he mad?
Well, he doesn't look very pleased.
Sorry. Just thought I'd drop in as I was passing. Mustn't stop.
That guy has some nerve. All that from an innocent teenage friendship?
Yes.
Let's not mention this to Leslie. I know how he'd feel. Any guy fooled with my wife would be on a homicide charge.
Thank heavens you've come round, darling.
I just can't stand it any longer. I've told Claire to ring us in an hour or so, late-night emergency stuff, and call us back to town. How long are you hogging this wash basin?
No, not long, darling. Just going to clean my teeth.
All right. I'm going downstairs to get a book from the library.
Keep quiet.
Mrs. Hotchkiss.
If you don't open that door, I'll rip my nightdress and shout, rape!
Look, can't we talk somewhere else? You know, like the middle of the lawn.
Oh, we've got an hour. Kramer's always on the telex till 1.
Poor chap. Look, it's been nice to have this chat, but I must get back to Caroline.
Stay there. Caroline won't talk, or I'll tell Kramer you're divorced.
Look, what can I do for you? Do you want me to get rid of a spider? Hmm?
You know what I want. And I want it now.
Difficult. I had mumps recently.
I couldn't believe it when I heard Leslie Duggan was coming. After all those months looking for you. Oh, Leslie.
Oh, Mrs. Hodgkin. Oh, my God. No, Pete, no. No, let go of that, please. Please, you're a married woman.
I only married him when I despaired of finding you. Surely you know that.
Yeah, but let's talk first. I'll make it brief, because I'll be dead quite soon. You can't do this, Kramer. He's not a... Well, all right, he is. Doing this behind his back.
Oh, damn you.
Don't you see?
Yes.
It had to be said. Be brave.
I knew I couldn't do it. I couldn't have a sordid affair.
Of course you couldn't. You're too honest a person.
Yes, you're right. We must do it honestly. Go and tell him.
Yeah, why?
Tell him that you want him to divorce me. That you and I are going away together. Leslie, are you all right? Leslie, darling, wake up.
Come in. Leslie, where are you? Oh, Kramer.
Now, don't get upset, Caroline, but there's a call from your secretary. Just took it in my office. Not too serious, but your mother broke her leg.
No. Mother, I'll have to go.
Oh, sure. Now, don't worry about our deal. I'll get something on paper and send it. Where's Leslie?
Leslie?
Your husband.
Oh, that Leslie. Oh, I'm not sure. He must have slipped out for a bit. A bit of fresh air. He wasn't with you downstairs.
Leslie, what's the matter with you? Whimpering like a schoolgirl.
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry I stopped going to Sunday school.
If you won't tell him, I will.
If I get out of this alive, I'll go again. I promise.
Pull yourself together.
Child Heart, did Leslie say... Huh?
Don't tell him.
Would you care to explain, sir, what you're doing on my bed with my wife?
I haven't touched your porridge. I mean your wife.
It's not Leslie's fault. I made him come or I'd sack him.
Sack him?
Yes, that's the first thing you need to know. Leslie works as my chauffeur.
Chauffeur?
He's broke.
Leslie, is that true?
Yes.
That's pathetic.
Say, I knew you people were hiding something as if you needed to.
Pardon?
Well, what are friends for, Leslie? Think I've been offended or something?
You're really actually broke?
So you're down on your luck. Happens to us all, nothing to be ashamed of. And you were in here trying to persuade Alaria not to tell me for your wife's sake? Ah, say, it gets you right here.
Chauffeur to your wife? That's pathetic.
Now, honey.
Come along, Leslie. You've got to go home. Mother's broken her leg.
Thank heavens. Toodle-pip, old chap. Toodle-pip.
For Leslie Duggan, working as his ex-wife's chauffeur has its ups and downs. The ups include lolling on the couch in Caroline's outer office. The downs include the waspish tongue of Caroline's personal assistant.
Are you sure you're comfortable on that couch, Leslie? Is there nothing we can get you? A continental quilt with matching teas made? A dormouse to keep you company? You will ask.
That's all right, Claire.
Look, this is an office, not a doss house. If you want to sleep, get a job with Vauxhalls.
Ever thought of trimming your moustache? You'd make a lovely sergeant major.
I am trying to work.
Well, what do you think I'm doing?
Oh, sorry, Leslie. I thought you were a chauffeur. I didn't know you'd been transferred to log impressions.
When you're a chauffeur, driving is only half the job. The other part is waiting for madam. That's what I'm doing now.
You're very good at it. Did you do an apprenticeship?
What would you like me to do till she wants me? Scrub the floor with a toothbrush?
No, scrub your teeth with a floor brush.
Idle men is naughty men. Whitewash the coal, polish the kernel. Look, one thing that makes my job bearable is the time off between drives.
I hope you learned something from Alan. You don't know who I'm talking about, do you? Because you're too tired to remember anything. I refer to our new executive.
You fancy him, don't you? Eh?
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, it's just coincidence that you left your vest off.
Look, you won't see him idling. Look where he's got, and he's half your age. He works. He uses his mind. He does a 12-hour day, and then he lies down.
Well, I'm lying down without wasting time first.
Well, don't be too smug. You might find some changes when Alan's been here a while.
Leslie?
Coming, madam.
Nothing to do, sir.
Oh, yes, I was just...
Please get on, love. There's no time for slacking now. Now, Leslie.
Where to, madam?
We're not going anywhere just yet. This is special. I better lock the door. I don't want us to be disturbed.
Oh. You will be gentle with me, won't you?
Shut up. The fact is, Leslie, I want your opinion on this.
Yes, well, it's a glass of red wine.
Now, tell me what you think of it. Take your time. I wondered who to ask, and you're the obvious choice. They all used to ask you about wine when we were married.
Yeah.
And the articles you used to write, of course, the connoisseur's guide to the wine cellar.
Yeah, a bit out of practice since I went bust, darling, but I've tried to keep my nose up. Even with what I can afford to drink now. I can tell you which side of the hill they picked the blackcurrants.
But this.
Yes. Yes. Oh. Ah. Oh, cheeky. Oh, would you? Yes, thank you, I will.
What?
I was talking to the wine, darling. That hint of asperity can only be pre-phylloxera. We're talking about Premier Cru, of course. Oh, yeah. Delightful legs.
Thank you.
The wine, darling. Can it be... Good heavens, I believe this to be nothing less than Chateau Lafite.
Go on.
The colour, like the red one sees at the heart of a purple rose. The resonance. A symphony. Lord, darling, this can't be later than 1890. Excuse me, I'm going to cry. Darling, this is nothing less than Chateau Lafite, 1864.
Really?
And that suggestion of tannin, slighter than the brush of a mayfly's wing, indicates, yes, that this was shipped in cask and bottled in Scotland. Darling, I believe this to be nothing less than a bottle from the legendary cellar of the late Lord Fife. I congratulate you on the wine discovery of the decade.
Thank you.
Where on earth did you get it?
I made it myself in a bucket.
What?
Isn't it incredible?
But homemade wines are awful. I mean, taste like a mouthful of dustman's pullover. In port side.
Normally they do. I had this amazing find, quite by chance. I was looking for premises in Yeovil, and I was introduced to a small firm with surplus land to sell.
Any good?
No, but I haven't told them that yet. They make stuff for home brewers. They gave me a glass of this. That must be nice. Fabulous. They've got this new process for wine kits, and you've got a gallon of this for the price of a bottle of supermarket Tom.
How do they do it?
Well, the Chancellor does it for them. Huge tax on wine, no tax on wine kits.
This'll rot the whole wine trade. There'll be vintners jumping off windowsills like lead pigeons.
And I want Quantum to reap the benefit.
You mean you're going to sell it mail order? Oh, Chateau Jackson Tom.
Oh, not only that. The Yeovil firm's too small for big production. I want to make it myself.
Oh, they'll never let you. This could make more money in a year than British Steel lose in an hour.
It wouldn't occur to them. They just have the local make-it-yourself freaks. They haven't twigged it or sold to Joe Public.
I see.
But I don't want them twigging till they've sold me a license to manufacture, so please keep it absolutely secret.
Oh, you trust me.
I haven't even told Claire. You see why I'm glad you've got Alan Archer. With him in the office, I can devote more time to the wine kits project.
A bit of a whiz kid, I'm told. Surprised he hasn't started his own business.
I think he's waiting for the right opportunity. In the meantime, we're fortunate to have him.
I can scarcely believe our luck.
Actually, I want to talk to you about that. You see, to make the job attractive enough, I've had to offer, certain fringe benefits.
Oh, he's excused the office party.
Such as the use of my role.
Oh, but darling, if he's off in your car, that won't leave me a lot to do, will it?
Ah.
So I won't be chauffeuring quite so much then. Oh, well, it can't be helped. I'll be able to fit in the time, I expect. No, don't worry about me, darling.
When he's using the car, you'll be in it.
No, I wouldn't put it like that. What? I'd hate to be idle. Oh, yeah, I'll cope.
I mean, you'll be driving him.
What?
As well as me. It'll mean a little more work. But as you say, you hate being idle. Now, I said we'd pick him up at his house. Ready?
Mr. Archer?
Oh, hey, you're the quantum driver, right?
Yes, sir. I have the car outside, sir.
Great. Listen, no sirs with me. I'm Al.
Oh. I'm Leslie.
Get along fine, Les. Oh, Caroline's in the back.
No, allow me.
Wrong, Les. I look like the Princess of Wales?
Well, I've never seen her in the flesh.
You don't open doors for me. That's Ramesses II stuff. Relax, okay?
Yeah, I can see it'll be a pleasure driving you. Al.
Alan.
Hi.
Office, please, Leslie. So, now you two have met.
Right. How long has Les been with you?
This year. You know he's my ex-husband.
What were you before, Les?
Her husband. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, then I was in property. Hey, you know what happened to that. Yes, you've seen Sink the Bismarck. Yes. What about you, Al?
East End slum, reform school, 2 years sweeping roads, then Fowler mail order.
From office boy to manager in 5 years, Leslie. Isn't that good?
Yes. Well, if I'd started with the same advantages.
He launched their 5 best lines. We're very lucky to have you, Alan, aren't we, Leslie?
Yes, I must admit I was expecting some spoilt brat. But I was wrong. He says he'll open his own doors.
No worries, Les. All I care about is efficiency. Caroline, I thought I'd start by cutting fat in our operation.
Well, you're welcome to try, but you'll find I run a fairly tight ship.
No, excuse me. The new boy sees things you don't.
Like what?
Okay, let's look at it for instance. Like this car.
I'm not giving up my role. I just had new curtains put in.
The Rose is good. Advertises success. Fine investment. Let's just lose the fat.
But I don't want to give up Leslie either.
Okay, Les. No need for your neck to go blotchy. I didn't mean lose you. Chauffeur's useful means we can work in the back.
Well, then there's nothing else to cut.
Where'd you get your petrol?
We've got an account with the Kensington Garage.
And pay through the nose.
Well, it's very good petrol.
Flying some garage Sidcup. 20p cheaper.
Maybe, but the cost of
Hang
getting
on.
there.
Just whip out the trusty calculator. Still save 1.53%. Hundreds a year.
Wow. That never crossed my mind.
Okay, Les, here's what we do. Every time the tank's low, you drive to Sidcup and back.
What? But it's 10 miles across London, look.
What about servicing?
Oh, Park Lane motors are wonderful.
I'll bet they are. Tell me, Les, what's a pair of overalls and a tin of Swarfiga cost?
Well, £10, I should think.
Draw that from petty cash. Jack up the car and lube it tomorrow.
Me? No, I'm not a mechanic. I just drive. I don't know how to service cars.
You're in luck. The firm will pay for you to learn. Night school, motorcraft, say, 4 evenings a week.
What? Look, I'm not paid to crawl around in pools of oil.
Maybe next year we'll buy you a trolley. There. Save us about, $1,000 a year already.
Incredible. Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Because you've not had Gestapo training. Now, look.
Darling, how often is the car idle?
Oh, perhaps 2 days a week. I don't use it.
Okay. Every day we don't need the car, we hire it out. There's an agency.
Oh, no. It might get abused.
Oh, you won't allow that, will you, Liz?
I should think not. I mean, Hey, wait a minute. Wait. How would I be able to stop it?
Well, you go along as part of the deal. They pay more for a driver. That'll bring us in, say 2,000. Almost pay your running costs.
Alan, you are brilliant.
Excuse me, I hate to be a drag, and please don't think I'm coming the Wet Army blanket. But aren't I going to be a teeny bit busy?
He has a point, Alan.
And when he takes his cap off, you can see it. Listen, what's the one thing a chauffeur's got plenty of?
Blisters?
Time. Always hanging round between jobs.
You're right, of course. It's often upset me to see Leslie idle, and I know Leslie feels the same.
So that's settled then, yes. Well, sure, there's nothing else I can do. Look, why don't I walk to Kuwait? I could get the petrol wholesale, couldn't I? I'm sure it's cheaper. Oh, and another thing, would you hitch a van on the back of the car? I'll do a nice clean round. Yeah. And once a week, I'm not at night school. Do you want any laundry done?
You must be out of your good, Liz. You won't have time for all that.
Oh, I should think not.
Because I'll have more jobs for you later.
Oh.
For now, you relax.
But Leslie, isn't he wonderful?
Oh, yes. The mail order's Gary Glitter.
He's only been here a week, and it's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, right up your shorts.
I mean, the economies he's made. Why didn't we think of delivering local letters by hand?
That reminds me, Claire. Have you anything to put on my corns?
I'll boil you some creosote. But it's healthy exercise for you. And look what we save on postage. It's lateral thinking. Alan sees things we never did. Like you, exhausted.
Look, I don't mind telling you, Claire, I'm seriously thinking of handing in my perforated driving gloves. Just one more thing and I'll resign.
Ooh, what kind of thing?
A private income. It's only poverty that keeps me here, It's hard to save money when you spend it all.
And you never get another job with your back trouble.
What back trouble?
You can't get off it in the morning.
I hardly have a chance to get on it. Night classes till 10. Mind you, I'm so tired when I get there, I don't take anything in.
So what else is new?
Last night, teacher almost made me stand in the corner with a funnel on my head. And that reminds me, I must take a spark plug to leave on his desk.
Well, you must admit Alan's made us more cost-effective. Look how he found us extra office space.
Personally, I think we needed the staff toilet.
All we have to do is cross the road and use the one in the warehouse.
You tried in the rush hour, squirming on the curb, waiting for a gap in the juggernaut. You take your life in your hands with every cup of tea.
Well, Caroline, please.
Yeah, well, she would be. She's got her own executive suite. No, I'm sure it's against the factory acts. If I knew what they were, I'd complain.
Leslie, I want to book you for Thursday.
I'll check my worksheet. I might be able to fit you in. Now, between digging the inspection pit and painting the warehouse.
Ask Alan very nicely if he could postpone those. I wanted to drive me to Yeovil.
Yeovil?
To see about,
What? Oh, you mean the what? I'm sorry.
Walls have ears.
Yes.
Sorry, Walls. Sorry, Claire. It's confidential. I've only told Leslie because I have to. When I've closed the deal, you'll be the first to know.
Hi! No, don't move.
What are you doing with that stopwatch?
Okay, Liz, just act like I'm not here.
But I don't feel like smiling.
Time and motion.
Later, if you don't mind, Alan. Come into my office, Leslie, and we'll discuss that matter.
Oh, right. What's that about?
Some secret deal.
Oh.
I'd like to say, Alan, how thrilling and instructive it is working with you. Tell me, Alan, with all your talent, what stopped you starting your own business?
I'd have to go to the office party.
No. Seriously, what held you back? Lack of capital?
No, got my stash. I'm waiting for the right opportunity. One big idea set me up. Meantime, I can learn a lot from Caroline. But this secret deal, you know all about it, of course.
No, but she told Leslie, and he can't keep secrets. I knew by October what he was getting me for Christmas. I caught him looking for the size on my handkerchief.
Yeah. Well, when old Les comes out, can you tell him I want him? Oh, yeah, and book a table for 2 at the Steak and Spurren, 1 o'clock.
Ah, there you are, Al. I got your message.
Sit down, Les. Great to see you.
This is where the young executive eats, eh? I like the daggers on the wall. What did you want me for? Carry your doggy bag?
I want to buy you some lunch.
What?
Is that so surprising?
Well, it's like Attila the Hun giving book tokens. What's the catch? Look, I can't stay long if I'm stripping down the big end.
Forget it. Take the rest of the day off.
Are you all right? I mean, you haven't been working too hard.
No?
Remind me what it feels like, then.
See, Les, I've been thinking. Maybe you have been working too hard at the wrong jobs. You've been wasted.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I want you to take more part in the decision-making process. Man of your ability driving a car, that's the bins.
What do you mean, there?
Look, how would you like an executive role?
No, thanks. No bread for me. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, executive. Executive? You're right. I've often told Madam I should be upped. No, she won't listen, though.
No, I'm sure I could use my influence.
Really? Obviously, I've misjudged you, Al. Executive, eh? Look, you won't regret this. I come with my own pen set.
No, not so fast. Whoa, you'll have to convince me.
Convince you how?
Well, let me sound your reactions to something like, this secret deal, for instance.
Secret? Oh, the wankers.
Not so loud. Executives have got to be discreet.
Oh, yes, of course, yes.
Caroline wouldn't thank you for spreading this round, right?
No, I should think not. Someone could step in with an offer and beat her to it.
Les, you're the right stuff. They'd step in with an offer my memory.
To Orchard Brew.
Of course. They'd be on the first plane
hardly worth getting a plane to Yeovil.
Yeovil, yeah. Yeovil.
Why are you taking notes?
Just checking your fact retention. Hallmark of the executive.
I can do better than that. I remember the address and the owner's name.
You're incredible, Les.
14 Cheddar Lane.
14 Cheddar Lane.
Lane's Crab.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, give me your opinion of the deal.
Oh, a real coup worth millions. I agree with her. Best wine kits ever made.
And how would you handle the bargaining?
Oh, same as her. Play it cool. Slip in an offer, casually. Don't let on there's big potential.
Shrewd, Les, shrewd. We'll talk some more while we eat. And, Les, I wouldn't mention our little chat to Caroline.
Huh?
If we're going to promote you, I have to choose the right moment. I don't have to tell you how to keep a secret.
I love this West Country air. That was a very pleasant drive, Leslie. Well done.
Thanks. Shall I come into Orchard Brew with you?
Oh, if you want. Why?
Get used to negotiating methods. In case someone may be an executive. Not that that's likely, of course.
All right. The main thing is to clinch the deal as quick as possible. I've only waited this long to check I can manage the output. Good afternoon. Mrs. Duggan to see Mr. Crabbe.
Oh, would you go straight through, please? Mr. Crabbe is expecting you.
Thank you.
Ah, Mrs. Duggan. Come on in. Oh, what can I do for you, officer?
Oh, this is my chauffeur.
Oh, I thought he was customs and excise. That's the peak cap. But of course, you're much too tall. They pays us the odd visit, you know, but fortunately to little avail. There's no duty on our kits. Can I offer you a mango juice?
Well, actually, I'm trying to give it up.
Well, you've had it before. Well, I'm sure Mrs. Duggan will have a little drop of the wine on which she complimented us so graciously.
Lovely.
Can't offer you a drop, can I?
You could try.
Oh, no, you're driving, eh? Perhaps you could stretch a point and offer you a parsnip beer. I don't think it's alcoholic. No one ever drunk enough to find out.
Sounds super.
One of our most popular lines. We sold several dozen bottles of it last year. Now, Mrs. Duggan, I imagine you wish to see me about the land?
Yes, I wanted another look at it.
You're very welcome.
There's another little thing, hardly worth mentioning. Your wine kits. I've got a small outlet in London. I'd like to see how they go. Knowing you just produce enough for your regular customers, I wondered if you'd license me to make my own.
Oh, dear me, how extraordinary. I should be happy too, Mrs. Duggan, but you see...
Telegram.
Oh, thank you. Excuse me. Oh, no, Mrs. Duggan. This is for you.
It can't be. No one knows that I'm here.
Except Alan.
Oh, don't be silly. He's the last person I'd tell.
Yes. What? Oh.
Accept my resignation effective today. Stop. Sorry, Les, don't order the golf clubs. You blab too much. Love, Alan Archer.
But that's a young man.
What?
Yeah, he came to see me yesterday. Most generous. He offered me £20,000 for all rights in the wine kits.
But how do you find out about it?
Yeah, well, of course, I jumped at it. I signed on the spot.
I've only just
The
told.
wine kit line, you see, belongs to Mr. Archer now.
You, Leslie.
Well, no doubt if you approach him, he will accommodate you.
Thank you, Mr. Crabbe. Somehow I doubt it. Well, Leslie, I think I'll drive myself back. I'd better keep my hands occupied.
Yeah, you mean I'm to be a passenger?
No, you are to be a hitchhiker. I don't want to see you again until you've had your brain lanced.
Have you seen the business pages?
No. It'll be all budget.
Not quite.
Shall I put the radio on and see what the chance has done? I want to see if fags have gone up. I don't smoke, but I can gloat. Yes, well, I'll go back to shutting up, shall I? Yes, Leslie, you do that.
This is Caroline. Chateau DIY. Tasters who raved over Orchard Brew wine kits can now be assured of a regular supply. The first kits left Archer Wine's new factory today. With kid Alan Archer, who cut his piece in the rough and tumble of mail order, looks set to make his first million. I sunk everything into this, he grinned. This is where I clean up. Well, I'd better stop there and consider Leslie's feelings.
He won't have any where I'm going to hit him. Of course, it's poor old Crabbe, I'm sorry. For 20,000, with my deal, he'd have got that every month. Oh, well. This is a perfect time to hear the budget. I couldn't feel any worse. Switch it on.
And that's as we expected, of course, though it is another blow for the tobacco industry.
One moment, Dominic. There's more news just coming in from the House. The Chancellor's announced a new tax on home winemaking products.
Well. Obviously, it will make home winemaking less attractive and drive people back to the old places, if they haven't been driven there by the rest of the budget.
Good Lord. Did you hear that?
Yes. So much for artful Alan Archer. A mixture of egg and wine all over his face.
And we're not involved.
No.
I can't think where we went right. Leslie?
Yeah?
Take the petty cash and go down to the off-license. And, darling.
Yeah?
Thanks for being a stupid, half-witted blabbermouth.